My child, you're so tired. And it's a kind of tiredness that sleep just can't seem to fix, isn't it? It's settled deep within you. Your body might rest at night, but your heart, your soul, they still feel so heavy. You've been trying so hard for so long just to be enough. I see it all. I see the invisible weight you carry and the silent pressure you put on yourself to perform, to measure up, to somehow earn your place. I've watched you run on empty, convinced that if you just push a little harder, you'll finally reach that place of peace, that place of arrival. And I need to whisper this into the deepest part of your being, into that weary corner of your soul. You can stop now. You can let go. You can just be. You've been striving for what feels like an eternity, mistaking this frantic, breathless pace for faithfulness. You've believed the lie that your value is measured by your output, by your capacity to endure, by your ability to juggle everything without a single crack showing in your armor. You look at your life, the endless to-do lists, the needs of everyone around you, the world's expectations, and even the expectations you think I have for you, and you just feel overwhelmed. It's a spiritual exhaustion, a dryness that has left you feeling disconnected, maybe even distant from me. But I'm not distant. I have never been. In this quiet moment, I want you to feel me drawing near, not with a demand for more, but with a gentle invitation to come away and rest. I know how heavy this all feels. I've seen you wake up in the morning with a heart that's already tired, bracing for a day that demands more than you feel you have to give. You're battle-weary from the constant fight against the world, the enemy, and sometimes even your own self. You live in a world that screams, more, faster, better, and its relentless rhythm has become the soundtrack to your life. You've believed, maybe without even realizing it, that your worth is something you have to build, something to be achieved through relentless effort, and so you work, you serve, you give, you pour yourself out, often until there's nothing left. This constant state of doing, this performance-based approach to your life, and even to your faith, has left you spiritually parched. The prayers that once felt like intimate conversations might feel hollow now. The words just bouncing off the ceiling. Reading my word, which once felt like drinking from a cool spring, now feels like another chore on a list of things you should do to be a good Christian. The joy you once had is clouded by a fog of fatigue, and you're left wondering, where did it go? Where did you go? You feel this spiritual disconnection and you mistake it for my absence. You think that because you don't feel me, I must have left. Oh, my beloved, that is the cruelest lie of the enemy. Your exhaustion isn't a sign of my departure. It's a symptom of a burden you were never meant to carry alone. I see you, just like my servant Elijah. After a huge spiritual victory, he found himself totally depleted and in despair. He had done mighty things in my name, yet there he was, under a broom tree, spent and asking to die. He felt like he had failed. He had reached the end of his own strength. And maybe that's where you are now. You've given your all, and you feel like you have nothing left. You look at others and wonder why you can't keep up, why their journey seems filled with a strength that you just can't find. You see their highlight reels and compare them to your behind-the-scenes struggles, and the weight of that comparison is crushing you. This profound emotional depletion has a name: burnout. It's what happens after prolonged stress, after giving from an empty cup, after holding yourself to impossible standards. It shows up as frustration, overwhelm, and feeling like nothing you do matters. In a spiritual sense, it feels like you're rowing harder and harder but getting nowhere. Your heart slowly growing numb. You're near me, but you can't feel my presence, blinded by the sheer effort of trying to keep your boat moving. And the world, it offers you solutions that only add to your burden. It tells you to hustle more, to optimize your life, to practice self-care as just another task to perfect. It offers rest, but only so you can be more productive later. But I offer you a different kind of rest. A soul rest. A rest that isn't a pit stop, but the destination itself. It's a rest found not in doing more, but in surrendering the need to do anything at all to prove your worth to me. You've been laboring under a heavy yoke of self-reliance, perfectionism, and fear. It's a yoke you were never designed to bear. You worry that if you stop, if you just pause to breathe, everything will fall apart. You're afraid your worth is tied to your usefulness. And to stop being useful is to stop being valuable. This is the lie that has held you captive. You've been trying to earn a love that is already, and has always been, yours for free. You've been striving to secure a place in my heart that was reserved for you before the world even began. That pressure you feel, it's not from me. It's the echo of a broken world and the whisper of an enemy who wants you to believe my love is conditional. But I am here now to speak a truth that silences those lies. I am here to lift that weight. In the middle of this profound weariness, when you feel like you can't take another step, just listen. Listen past the noise of your own striving. Can you hear it? A gentle whisper, a still small voice. It's the same voice that found Elijah, not in the wind or the earthquake or the fire, but in the silence that followed. It is my voice, and it's calling to you now, not with a list of things you need to fix, but with a simple, tender invitation. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Feel those words in your soul. They aren't a suggestion, they are a promise. They are a doorway out of the prison of performance and into the open fields of my grace. I'm not asking you to clean yourself up first. I'm not asking you to muster more strength. I am asking you to come exactly as you are. Tired, overwhelmed, anxious, and spiritually dry. Your weakness isn't a barrier to my presence. It's the very thing that qualifies you for my grace. My power is made perfect in your weakness. For so long you've been carrying a yoke that's heavy and ill-fitting. It's the yoke of trying to prove yourself, of trying to be your own savior, of believing you have to hold your world together by sheer will. It's rubbing your spirit raw. Now I offer you an exchange. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. What does it mean to take my yoke? A yoke is for partnership. It binds two together to walk in the same direction, to share the load. The yoke you've been wearing is one of solitude, where you pull the entire weight yourself. My yoke is an invitation into partnership with me. It is you surrendering your struggle in exchange for my strength. It's allowing me to set the pace, which is never frantic, never rushed. It's a rhythm of grace. To take my yoke is to align your heart with mine, to walk alongside me and let me carry the real weight of your life. The burden I give you is light, because the heaviest part, the sin, the shame, the need to earn your salvation, was carried once and for all by my Son on the cross. You were never meant to carry it. This invitation is a call to surrender. And surrender isn't defeat, it's the ultimate victory of faith. It's the choice to stop relying on your own understanding, your own strength, your own perfect plans. It's looking at the tangled mess of your efforts, and finally opening your hands and saying, I can't, but you can. It's casting all your anxiety on me because I care for you. It is trusting that even when you let go, I will hold you. In fact, it's only when you let go that you can truly be held. Your tiredness is a sacred signal, a holy alarm telling you that you've wandered from the path of grace into the wilderness of striving. It is my gentle way of calling you back to the source of living water. The spiritual dryness you feel isn't a punishment, it's the thirst that will lead you back to me. You've been trying to dig your own wells and they've all run dry. But I am the spring of living water and I invite you to drink freely, without cost. So right now, I'm asking you to pause, stop all movement, just breathe. Let go of the need to understand it all, to fix it all, to control it all. This is the turning point. This is the moment you stop trying so hard and simply fall back into the arms of a Father who has been waiting to catch you all along. This is your gentle invitation home. For so long you've been living under a false and heavy idea that your performance equals your value. You've lived as if my love is a wage you have to earn, a prize to be won at the end of an exhausting race, that if you're good enough, pray enough, serve enough, then you'll be worthy of my love. My child, I need you to hear this truth deep in your spirit, to let it tear down the lies. My love for you has absolutely nothing to do with what you do. It's not a reward, it's a gift, given freely, simply because of who I am. Your worth isn't found in your achievements, your status, your productivity, or how well you keep it all together. Your worth is rooted in one unshakable reality. You are mine. You are a child of God. Before you ever did a single good thing, before you took your first breath, I knew you. I chose you. I loved you. You are my handiwork, my masterpiece. When I finished creation, I saw everything I had made and called it very good. You are part of that, and so you too are very good. Think about it. A child doesn't clean their room to become part of the family. They do it because they already belong. It's the same with us. You don't do good things to earn my love. You're free to do good things because you are already secure in my love. This changes everything. It flips your motivation from fearful striving to joyful response. You no longer serve to get my approval. You serve from a place of approval. You no longer obey to earn my love. You obey because you already have it, completely and without condition. The life you now live is by faith in the Son of God who loved you and gave himself for you. That is the foundation of your value. It's not based on your consistency but on his sacrifice. Not on your strength but on his blood. Through him you have redemption, the forgiveness of sins, all because of the riches of my grace. And my grace isn't just a safety net for when you mess up. It's the very air you breathe, the ground you stand on. You don't have to be a perfect Christian. Just come to me as you are. You can rest in this performance-free relationship. I know the thoughts that haunt you. The voice of the accuser is relentless, pointing out every flaw, every failure. He wants you to live with a warped view of your worth because then he can tempt you to look for it somewhere else, taking your eyes off me. He wants you to believe you're a disappointment. But my voice speaks a different word over you. I call you beloved. I call you chosen. I call you forgiven. I call you a co-heir with Christ. When you feel worthless, remember I've numbered the very hairs on your head. You are so much more valuable than the sparrows. When you feel defined by your past, remember I make all things new. When you feel weak, remember that the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. The truth is, in Christ you are loved, accepted, and worthy, not because of what you do, but because of who I am and what he has done. This love isn't a flimsy feeling. It's an unfailing covenant promise. The mountains may be shaken and the hills removed, but my unfailing love for you will not be shaken. This is the truth that sets you free. You are already enough, not because you're perfect, but because you are in Christ. You are already accepted. You are already loved beyond measure. So let go of the striving. Let go of the endless effort to prove yourself. Stop trying to earn what I've already given you as a gift. Simply receive it. Rest in it. Live from it. You can just be loved. Let me paint a picture for you. A vision of what this life of surrendered rest really looks and feels like. It's not a life of doing nothing. It's a life of deep peace and purposeful strength, drawn from a source way beyond yourself. It's the life you were made for. Imagine you're standing by a raging river. For years you've been trying to swim upstream against its powerful current. Your muscles burn, your lungs ache, and you are just exhausted from the fight. You're not getting very far, and the fear of being swept away is constant. That's the life of striving. Now imagine you just let go. You stop fighting. You turn over and let the river carry you. At first it might feel like a scary loss of control, but then you realize the river isn't carrying you toward destruction, it's carrying you home. This is surrender. The river is the current of my grace, and it flows with a purpose and wisdom far greater than your own. This is what it feels like to be held. It's knowing, deep in your bones, that you are safely in my hands, and nothing can snatch you away. It's the quiet confidence of a little kid holding their father's hand in a huge crowd. The child doesn't worry about where they're going, they just trust the hand that holds them. This is the peace that passes all understanding, the peace that will guard your heart and mind. Think of the green pastures and quiet waters David wrote about. He leads you to these places. He makes you lie down. Notice the gentle authority there. Sometimes you won't choose rest for yourself. So in my love, I lead you to it. I create moments and seasons of stillness. These aren't punishments or unproductive times. They're gifts. They're chances for your soul to be refreshed and your spirit to be restored. This rest is a sacred pause where you have permission to stop all the motion and simply recover. In this place of rest, your spiritual senses start to wake up again. That dryness you felt begins to fade as you drink from the living water I provide. My word no longer feels like a heavy textbook, but like a love letter, speaking right to your heart. Prayer stops being a monologue of requests and becomes a real conversation, a simple abiding in my presence. You start to hear my voice again. Not because I ever stopped speaking, but because you've finally become quiet enough to listen. Abiding in me is the key. Jesus said it plainly. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me, and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. See? This isn't a command to try harder. It's a description of reality. A branch doesn't strive to produce fruit. Fruit is the natural result of a branch simply resting in the vine. Your only job is to stay connected. That's what a life of surrender looks like. It's a daily, moment-by-moment choice to remain in me, to draw all your life strength and purpose from me. This life isn't free from storms. Valleys will still come, but you'll walk through them differently. You'll no longer face them with just your own limited resources. You'll face them with the deep assurance that I am with you. You'll know my rod and my staff are there to comfort and protect you. The weight of the world will still be there, but you'll find that my energy so powerfully works in you, enabling you to do what you could never do on your own. This is freedom. It's freedom from the pressure to be perfect, freedom from the fear of failure, freedom from the exhausting cycle of performance and burnout. It's the freedom to be fully human with all your beautiful imperfections, and yet be fully loved and empowered by me. It feels like a deep exhale you've been holding in for years. It is the sweet, simple, profound joy of being held. My beloved child, hear my heart one last time. I didn't bring you to this quiet place to shame you for being tired. I brought you here to bless you. I brought you here to remind you who you are and whose you are. You don't have to try so hard anymore. The battle for your worth has already been won. The performance is over. The striving can stop. I see all the layers of pressure and expectation that have built up on your soul, and with a gentle breath, I am blowing them away. I see the frantic pace you've been keeping, and I whisper, "Be still and know that I am God." Being still is an act of faith. It's a declaration that you trust me to hold the universe together and to hold your life together without your constant anxious effort. I invite you now to take one more deep breath. As you breathe in, receive my love, my grace, my peace. Let it fill all the empty, aching places in your soul. As you breathe out, release the burdens you've been carrying. Release the need for control. Release the fear of not being enough. Release the pressure to perform. Let it all go. Surrender it into my capable hands. Your tiredness doesn't mean you failed. It means you need me to renew you. Your spiritual dryness isn't a sign that I'm gone, but an invitation to seek me, the source of living water, more deeply. Don't give up just because you don't feel me. My nearness is a promise, not a feeling. I am with you. I am ahead of you. And I am watching your back. From this moment on, I pray you would approach your days not from a place of striving, but from a place of rest. May your work flow not from a need to prove your worth, but from the joyful overflow of a heart that is secure in my love. May you learn the gentle rhythms of grace, knowing when to pour out and when to be filled. May you find your true security, not in what you can do, but in who I am. I am with you. I will not leave you. My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Allow me to hold you now. Allow me to quiet you with my love. You are my child, and it is my greatest joy to satisfy your weary soul. Rest now, beloved. Just rest. If this message has touched your tired heart today, I hope you'll subscribe so you can continue to receive these gentle reminders of grace and peace. Please share this with someone you know who might be weary and burdened, so they too can hear this invitation to rest. And in the comments below, feel free to share one burden you're choosing to release today. It's a beautiful act of faith to name what you're surrendering, and it lets us support and encourage each other as a community. You aren't alone in your weariness, and you aren't alone in your journey toward rest.